Yo, a long time ago I made an automatic log and straw farm, and this farm was used by thousands of people. In fact, to this day I still get people asking questions about it, so I decided to make an updated version that works way better. This log and straw farm is not only 1,000 times more reliable, but it's faster, more console friendly, and way easier to build. But if this guide does help you, please do drop a like and subscribe. Please do join the Discord. We are so close to 1,000 members. There'll be a link down in the description below. But let's do this. So previously the way we did this was with bushes, as we wanted logs and straw. However, we can actually achieve that using coconut trees. And what makes these so much better is they have a lot more health than bushes, meaning we don't need them to move in order to stay alive. So to start with, the builds we are going to need are any floors and any walls. I personally like to use glass. Some normal or fast conveyor belts, one diamond chest, one absorber, some droppers, one breeder, one sawbot, 2 green monos any level, some nutritional supplement, and one coconut tree. Now the great thing about this farm is it's so easy to expand it, so you may need more builds than what was just listed. However, that's the minimum that you are going to need. But let's start off by making the main part, and then we'll go through some other designs. Okay, so I'm going to build this on an empty island. This just means that it won't be interrupted with any of my other farms, won't cause any lag or anything like that, and I'm just going to build out to the water. Now I'm going to start off by putting down a layer of floors like so, with leaving a hole in the middle. That's going to be our kill hole. We've done this quite a lot. I'm now going to get my walls, and I'm just going to come in and box it off. So you should have something that looks like this. Now I'm going to take my conveyor belt. I'm using fast conveyor belts, but again, you can use whatever you want, and I'm going to line it up so it's in the center of this square. Now I want this coming back towards me, so I'm going to rotate it around. Now I'm going to bring this conveyor belt down until the gold rotation ring disappears. So you'll see it will disappear when I take it down one more. As it disappears, I'm going to place it down. That now means I can place things above here that won't interact with that conveyor belt. Now it's not perfectly in the middle, as you can see, but that's absolutely fine. Now I'm going to place a gridlocked breeder just over the top of this conveyor belt. Now if your breeder moves with the conveyor belt, then you didn't move the conveyor belt down until the rotation ring disappeared. So you will need to replace your conveyor belt a bit further down. But as long as that rotation ring disappeared, as you can see, you'll get no interruption. Now personally, I placed this breeder a little bit far forward, so I'm just going to actually pick that back up and move it back. So I'm just going to gridlock it, move it to the back of the conveyor belt and place it down. There we go. That's a little bit better. So we have this very simple killing hole. Now you can use this setup if you want the mono loot collected. However, if you don't care about the mono loot, then you could just place a recycling machine down here with a dropper inside the recycling machine, so it's an infinite recycling loop. Now with the previous design, we had the sawbot above water. The problem is with that, with any kind of glitchy movement, if that sawbot dips under the platform at all, it will take water damage. So we're actually going to build this one above our mono farm. That keeps it one level off the water and prevents any damage towards the sawbot. So we're going to place a floor down just above like so, and I'm going to place another one behind it. Now I'm just going to put some walls up here to wall this all off, except this front panel here. I want to leave a gap here. Now we're going to bring in our coconut tree. Now with our coconut tree, you will see it shows it full size, but we need to hit it with a nutritional supplement to make it go full size. And as you can see, I have it placed just behind where we would put a wall, so very close to the edge. So I'm just going to place that down there. Now I'm going to do this with one tree. However, if you want to stack, you absolutely can. While it's small like this, just place down another tree and it will fall in place. When you hit it with a nutritional supplement, they will all grow big and you can have multiple trees going at once. But we'll get into that shortly. So now I'm going to place a wall in the middle here to separate these two boxes, and I'm going to place a diamond chest or any chest on this side of the wall. I'm going to gridlock it and get it as close as I can, just like so. You may need to adjust this slightly, but you want it so when you place an absorber on the back, it should be very close to our tiny palm tree, just like so. so. Now, when we hit this with a nutritional supplement, the tree will grow slightly and be even closer to the absorber. So once we have this set up like this, I'm now going to place some droppers on the back of this chest. You can have this going in whichever direction you want, and I'm just going to place a good bunch on there. I've just gone for 8, just so I know anything that goes in that chest will instantly be shot out. So let's get this thing up and running. So I'm going to start by equipping my nutritional supplement and coming over and hitting our coconut tree. Now, as you can see, it's nice and close to the absorber, so anything that comes off of that tree will instantly be absorbed. But before we bring in our sawbot, I'm going to come down here and place down our monos. Now, the great thing about this setup is if you are using water, you can use any level mono that you want. So let's go ahead and throw our green monos on. This process will start. Now, you will see when these monos produce a green mono, the mono will fall into the water, be brought to the edge, and will be stuck by our wall. That mono will then go and die. It will heal our green monos on the breeder, and it will heal our tree, and the loot will be collected here. Now, this can very easily be collected simply by placing down a conveyor belt right here. Now, any loot at all will just be brought to the front. So our green mono friends up here will stay alive, the loot will be collected off, and our tree is being healed. So there's one final step, and that's to bring in our sawbot. So we're going to bring out our sawbot, and we're going to rotate him around so he's facing our tree. And I'm just going to bring it above the box like so. Make sure he's facing the right way. Now, when I place him down, he will get stuck first of all, but he will glitch inside like so when he respawns. Now, as you see, it seems to be a bit of a bug here. That's because our sawbot hasn't moved, and there seems to be a weird bug with that at the moment. So don't worry about this stuff. What we're going to do is we're just going to move away, get some distance to make our sawbot come alive. So once we get a certain distance away, he will begin to move, which will bring him towards our tree. There we go. He's now moving. So now when we come up here, all the loot is being fired out from our dropper. I'm just going to remove that tiny bit of waste. But now, as you can see, it is working perfect. Anything cut is instantly absorbed and being shot out the other side. So now, however I want this collected, I can. If I just want storage there, if I want it to be sorted, I can do whatever I need to do. Now, you may see there is a log currently on top of the absorber, but if you give it a second, it will come through. I have tested this for many hours and I haven't had any waste. If your sawbot is too interested in the trees based on the rest of the island, then go and destroy them and it will purely focus forward. But as you can see, as long as our sawbot is driving directly forward, everything is being instantly absorbed. It's extremely reliable, it works absolutely amazing, and you won't have to have the annoying setup of the old log and straw farm. Okay, so now we have gone through the main setup. You can now get as creative as you want with how you want the resources to be collected, sorted, that kind of thing. However, let's run through a couple more tips and tricks. I'm here on creative, but this works exactly the same in survival. But if I want to make this farm even more efficient, before I place down my coconut tree and I bring it towards the edge here, I can place down one, and as you can see, I can place down another one directly on top. So I'm going to place that one as well, wait for that to fall, and then I can place another, or I can just keep jumping so they keep going on top of each other, and I can stack these pretty much as many as I want to go. Now, of course, be very careful if you're doing this on console, but if you're on PC, you can get pretty crazy with this. So once I've placed down my stack of mini trees, I'm then going to bring my wall in, do the chest and the absorber. But when I now jump over and hit these with a nutritional supplement, you will see we get a whole bunch of trees in one go. So now when I bring our sawbot in, I'm just going to drop him here. Now, of course, I haven't set the absorbers up, so this won't work as efficient, but look how much loot actually gets fired out with each actual hit. So this produces an incredible amount of logs and straw with every hit. So if you really wanted to push this to its limit, you could, but of course, remember to put your chest in the absorber so all of this is collected and not just falling all over the place like this. So I personally like to collect all loot, even from the monos. However, let's just say you don't want that and you want to get rid of the mono loot, you want to get rid of the coconuts. Well, the perfect solution for this is a recycling machine. So instead of using the water, we're going to fill the center hole. I'm going to bring a recycling machine in the middle. I can then place a mono breeder on the side, the same as normal, but I have to use lower level monos with this, as this only inflicts 20 damage per tick. But the great thing is about the recycling machine is it will destroy all the loot that goes inside until it reaches 5,000 gold, which then it will produce a recycled material. However, if we were to actually bring a dropper inside the recycling machine and place it on this wall as low as we can get it, then every time that recycled product is created, it will be fired out into the recycled machine, and it will just be an infinite loop. But now I can go ahead and build my farm on top as normal, but I can have all of the mono loop completely destroyed, and that works for many other farms as well. A dropper inside will create an infinite loop. And there we go, that is a fully automatic log and straw farm. If this guide did help you, please do drop a like and subscribe. Remember to join the Discord, all the links are down in the description below, but most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!